It happened in the middle of a toast, a crowded restaurant, glasses raised, her voice trembling, but not from nerves. Sometimes I wonder if I made the wrong choice leaving Daniel. Her words split the air like glass. Silence. Then nervous laughter around the table, people assuming it was a joke. I didn't laugh. I watched her lips as she realized what she'd said. A slip she tried to cover, turning it into a half smile. I mean, of course I love my husband. But I saw the flicker in her eyes. Not love, regret. The sound around me dulled, my pulse slowing to a crawl. Forks scraped. Someone made a joke to ease the tension, but I was already gone, sinking inward. I raised my glass, touched it to hers, kissed her cheek. No scene, no suspicion. Not yet. But in my head, something turned. Cold, calculating. The dinner continued. Laughter returned. But all I could hear was her voice replaying, like a confession she hadn't meant to give. Sometimes I wonder if I made the wrong choice. On the drive home, she hummed along to the radio as if nothing had happened. I studied her hands on the steering wheel. Steady. Too steady. Did she think I hadn't noticed? That the moment dissolved with the wine and chatter? I asked nothing, said nothing. But my silence pressed against her until she filled it with chatter about work, traffic, the wedding plans. Wedding plans. We weren't even married yet. Not officially, not legally. And still, she dared to look backward while asking me to walk forward with her. Her slip was more than a slip. It was truth, torn out of her before she could bury it. Truth doesn't need explanation. Truth reveals itself in reflex, in tone, in what people say when their guard drops. I replayed every glance she'd given me when his name came up before. Daniel. The ghost still tethered to her heart. A ghost she hadn't exorcised. A ghost she might never exorcise. My chest felt hollow, but not weak, not broken. Clarity was carving me clean. I began to watch her, quietly, precisely, not with paranoia, but with calculation. She left her phone unlocked on the counter once, careless. I memorized the passcode without touching it. Later, when she showered, I checked. Texts buried in the archive. Not new, old, months old. She hadn't deleted everything. His name appeared. Short exchanges. I miss you. Her reply, don't. Not denial, not rejection. Restraint. That single word told me everything. She wanted to, but wouldn't. Not for me, no. For the image of fidelity. I dug deeper. Emails, social accounts, bank statements. A transfer, small but telling. She'd sent him money after their breakup. To help out. Another tether. Externally, I was the same. I kissed her, laughed with her, slept beside her. But internally, every detail was evidence. Every breath was a clue. I even requested a record of her calls. She didn't know. She wouldn't know. When you wear a mask long enough, your victim never sees the eyes behind it. Each night, I cataloged what I found. Built the puzzle piece by piece. Not for confrontation, not yet. For precision. She thought she was safe in her silence. She thought the past could stay buried in her chest. But I was already digging it out with bare hands. The report arrived on a Thursday morning. I'd requested her phone records for the past year. The pattern was there. Sporadic calls to him. Not frequent, but consistent enough to signal something deeper than chance. At dinner that night, I slid the folder across the table. Calm. Silent. She looked at it, then at me. Confusion. Hesitation. Then dread. Her hands shook as she opened it, scanning, recognizing her own number, his number, dates, times. Her lips parted, searching for words. It's not what it looks like. I stayed silent. Still. The silence was louder than any accusation. Tears welled. I swear, it was nothing. Just conversations. I didn't want to hurt you. Her voice cracked. She was breaking. But I wasn't angry. I wasn't even sad. I was simply finished. I leaned forward, speaking for the first time in hours. The wedding's off. Her face collapsed. She reached across the table. I didn't move. "You can't mean that! It was a mistake! I love you!" Her words spilled fast, desperate, clumsy. The same woman who once spoke with poise and control was unraveling before me. I let her plead. I let her drown in excuses. And when she paused, I gave her the final blow. I knew before tonight. She froze. I watched her eyes widen as the weight of that truth sank in. Every smile, every kiss in the past week had been counterfeit, orchestrated, already knowing. Her world inverted in an instant. She wasn't just guilty, she was trapped, played. She whispered, "Why didn't you say something sooner?" I smiled, cold, because it's better when the knife twists slow. I walked out that night, left her sitting with the folder, her makeup streaking, her sobs muted by the restaurant's laughter around us. No scenes, no shouting, just silence, the kind that burns deeper than fire. She thought she'd wounded me by longing for another man, but in the end, she only exposed herself. I drove away without a destination. The night felt clean, empty, like a slate wiped bare. Love had been a performance. Trust had been an illusion. But clarity? Clarity was real. And clarity is all I need. Because nothing tastes colder, nothing cuts deeper than walking away while they're still begging you to stay.